If you could train any animal in the world to be your pet and protector, what would it be and why? Snow leopard. V. Pretty and bitey when needed. Yes. Someone else who knows of the majesty of the snow leopard. You and Lord Asriel. A bear, no question. Cuddler and murder machine. I would love to chill on my couch with my bear. He thinks he's people. With a sufficiently large bear, you may find that you do not need a couch. Unless the bear wants one, at which point I would not argue. Holy upvotes and awards, folks. Thank. You better get the reinforced couch for your 1,000+ pound grizzle. Also a lot of food, 20,000 to 60,000 calories a day. Pretty sure the bear can get the food. I mean, who's going to stop him at the grocery store? Why, the cashier's pet bear, of course. He'll be too preoccupied with my pet bear's pet bear. A moose. No way anyone is going to fuck with me and my guardian moose. I just saw my first moose in the wild last week on a bike ride here in Sweden. It was swaying side to side, and so it might have been drunk on fermented fruit, or just waking up since it was like 3 in the morning. I watched and prayed it wouldn't turn around and chase me. I'm not sure I could have beat it even on my bike. Moose average top running speed is 35 miles per hour, a tad over 56 kilometers per hour if you're so inclined. Can you go that fast on your bike? Sustained speed? Only for a few minutes with a decent bike while pushing it. Being chased by an angry moose is a great motivator though. There you go, the pet moose is not only a protector, but also a motivator. All hail the multi-purpose moose. I've always wanted to be friends with an owl. Who?
Okay guys, we have to be careful. Someone here is possessed by an owl. Who? That's the thing, we don't...
Large male mongoose. Go ahead, fuck with it. Female mongoose has entered the chat. And you just walked within 100 meters of her kids. Harpy eagle. This is the answer. Death from above. Excellent choice. But if we go with extinct animals as well, I'd pick Haast's eagle, the only known predator, other than humans, to the moa. I've heard some tales of these giant eagles even taking Maori children on occasion. Definitely my favorite extinct bird, they're so badass. A queen bee army by proxy. Queen wasp because wasps don't die after one sting. Late one winter we had a paper wasp show up in our house. Very old building that was never good, so about 1,000 places she could have come in and hidden. Super low on energy, so she wound up hanging out in the bathroom window in the sun. She drank water from a wet cotton swab, Q-tip, and we gave her a little bit of jam on a scrap of napkin. She seemed pretty happy to just hang out. We called her Lady Stabby. As these things go, one day she was zooming around and landed on top of a towel while I was in the shower. I reached for it with my eyes closed and she let me know that was unwelcome. It was early spring by that point, so she graduated to outside. Probably was devoured by a dragonfly a week later, but hey, that's nature lol. You let a wasp just chill in your house for 3 months? The last time we had a wasp in the house, my wife, no bullshit, went and got a hotel room and left me to find it and kill it. I finally succeeded early the next morning. Lol, and my BF says sleeping in the living room because there's a missing spider in the bedroom was an overkill. R/fuck wasps, I sure as hell do hate them, but man, they would make a good army. A wolverine or a badger? I'd go with wolverine. Have you heard about the honey badger? Honey badger don't give a fuck. Honey badger versus wolverine would be an insane fight. Wolverines also have very little fucks to give. Polar bear, just learn that they actively hunt humans and they are the only bear that you can't scare off or avoid with any particular tactics, play dead, freeze, etc. They are also the largest and strongest bear. Also very soft and fluffy. If I had a pet polar bear I wouldn't need any blankets because it would keep me warm. Soft and fluffy. Apparently they have a soft undercoat, but their guard hairs are coarse and oily, to help with waterproofing and insulation in the water. So they may not be quite as nice to cuddle up to as they appear. Also they're like hollow tubes, right? For the insulation? I think a brown bear would be more cuddly. Only bear that you can't scare off or avoid with any particular tactics, play dead, freeze, etc. If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lie down. If it's white, good night. If it's black, fight back. Yep. In my experience black bears are just giant raccoons. Of course, I wouldn't willingly piss off a raccoon either. Words to live by. Raccoons are wily fucks with opposable thumbs-ish. I read that as willy fucks and I thought you meant that's what they aimed for, sitting here like oh no I like my lil fella, I don't want it to get eaten, I'm staying the fuck away from raccoons. Then I reread it. I had a friend that went to a small college where all of the dorm rooms had exterior doors. People used to leave their doors unlocked all the time. Then one raccoon discovered that they could open the doors to the dorm rooms by jumping up and grabbing the doorknobs. And overnight all the raccoons suddenly knew how to get into the dorm rooms. People would walk into their room or wake up in the middle of the night and find 5 raccoons rooting in their trash and going through their mini fridge. Eventually the doors had to all be switched over to hotel-style locks that required a key card to unlock them every time they were opened to keep the raccoons out. This all happened about 10 years before my friend attended the college, and yet he said that he himself had seen several raccoons going down a row of dorm rooms at night, trying each knob to see if they could find an unlocked one. They remembered. That's right, but they never attacked the same place twice. They were testing the fences for weaknesses, systematically. They remember. I full force punched a raccoon in the side once, as it was attacking my friend's cat. That little shit had abs of steel. Great, now that stupid image of that Giga Chad squirrel is in my head. Yeah, black bears can outclimb you, but get scared easily. Brown or grizzlies aren't the best climbers, so there's a chance in climbing if you are really good at it. But playing dead is the best tactic. Polar bear, good night. Mama bears are real apex predators. They can outclimb you, outrun you, outswim you, and probably give them a plane and will outfly you. Edit. So doing some research I also found out one way you might have chance to survive polar bear attack. It's quite tough to pull off actually. Bear must not be hungry if you have cloth or some stuff, throw one side. Polar bear's attention span is a bit less, so they might stop and start smelling the stuff, giving you like less than 10 seconds before he start chasing again. If tailspin taught me anything, never fuck with a bear in an airplane. Hit it. Oh we a tailspin. OEI. Something mischievous like Abu the monkey from Aladdin. He could steal wallets and poison my enemies. Bad dates. They're digging in the wrong place. Shut your eyes, Marion. Don't look at it no matter what happens. Primate is the way to go. Though I would want something bigger like a baboon. Ain't nobody gonna fuck with a baboon and walk away with their eyes unscratched. Pretty sure you could teach a baboon to shoot a gun too. Small enough to take with you on an airplane. Large enough to fucking wreck anybody 1v1. Fuck, I gotta look into getting a baboon. I'd go with a chimp, dexterous to be useful, strong enough to be dangerous, plus he could wear a dapper suit. A raven. My first thought was a gorilla or lion to protect me, but I really haven't found myself in too many scenarios where I needed the protection of a 1,000 pounds animal. A raven is smart, so I could teach it a lot and have it do mundane things for me. Go drop this letter at the post office. Deliver these flowers to mom. Go shit on this guy's car every morning. Things like that. Flying would make these things so much easier. My grandfather had a pet raven as a boy. It would bring him dropped coins and stuff. The raven would follow him when he rode on his bike from home to school. It would chill around his bike until he came home. It would pretty much just hang out and bring him shiny things. He had it for a couple years. Neighbor kid ended up killing it with a bow and arrow. Grandpa beat his ass. The dad came over to yell at my grandfather. He was the chief of police. My great-grandfather was pulling up the driveway after a double running the dragline down at the mines. Saw the chief chewing his son out, then proceeded to find out why. After finding out, he beat the chief's ass. Then he spanked my grandpa for putting him in that situation. Long story, but the point is pet ravens are cool. After finding out, he beat the chief's ass. Then he spanked my grandpa for putting him in that situation. Old-timey morals were really something else. It was certainly a different time. They were old drinking buddies too. So I think it boiled down to everyone having a bad day. You don't know how strong friendship is until you beat the shit out of each other. A whale. And not just any whale. I want to befriend the 52 Hz whale, aka the world's loneliest whale. I want to train it in the art of friendship, and it will protect me from ever again thinking that some creatures are destined to be alone. Fuck the ocean police, me and my boy blasting sounds on the high seas with high frequencies. I think about this whale way too often. I hate how lonely he is out there. I want to befriend him too. When I saw this, I though whale too. But I want a blue one. I didn't say it cause I thought that was a little impractical. Like, I'd hardly get to see her. Hey dog. Please, my dog won't listen to me. I'm desperate. Dude, I understand. I own a Yorkshire Terrier. The long-haired rat can't even drink from a normal plate. I had to buy a hamster-style upside-down thingy. Never in her life has she listened to me, unless she wanted that exact thing. I do love her though, but it's definitely not what you would call a loyal dog. I think the issue is that you're putting water on a plate, lol. Sorry, English is not my native language. I guess it would be a bowl? Ha. Grey wolf. Slap a service animal vest on it and dare someone to disagree. Bahaha, yes. Just a big-ass 4.5 foot tall at the ears gray wolf with a neon yellow service animal vest staring down my enemies. He helps me with your anxiety. I had a wolf hybrid dog growing up. She was the most badass ever, but also the most loving animal. Me, my mom, and 2 other dogs, were he pack and no one could fuck with us. One day I was out on my bike and she would run alongside me. Neighborhood bully pushed me off my and started to beat on me to steal it, but he ended up with 80 pounds off pissed off canine on top of him. Kid's dad came back a few hours later with a gun and shot her twice, once in the leg, once in the shoulder, but she still jumped a 6-foot fence and went after him. He called the cops about our vicious attack dog, after which he was arrested for unlawful gun ownership and discharging a weapon and something to do with shooting our dog. He ended up serving time. Those were the only 2 times the dog acted at all aggressive, other than barking like any guard dog, but she'd never threatened someone coming on the property in a friendly way. Half a wolf, and the badass took 2 and still whooped ass. Yeah, I picked wisely. Saltwater crocodile. Maxed every stat on Deadly 60, need I say more? Hippopotamus has entered the chat. 40 miles an hour on land, flips a truck with a single vibe check, and crushes anything between its jaws. Japanese spider crab. Nope. So I think this proves it's the perfect bodyguard off of intimidation alone. XD. 1 swift kick and it's dead. Crustaceans are not great against blunt force trauma. Looks scary? Yeah, but I'm not meeting that motherfucker on its briny turf. It's come to my home-filled land, and I'm not about to stand by and allow crab people to evolve. Worst case scenario, I go for a half an hour slow walk while I get some water boiling, as it fumbles after me until it dies, cause that motherfucker ain't built for land, and I shall feast upon its flesh in an aquarium to warn those fuckers to know their place. I will not lose my country to the crab people. I feel like this isn't the first time you've thought about being polished by crab people. Being polished by crab people. This is my human, look how shiny it is. Crab noises. Pillaged. Polishing seems like a whole other concern. What the fuck is that monstrosity from the depths of hell? When I first saw an image of one, I thought it was a fantasy animal from a video game. Do I get one? Or is this an ability that I can refresh, so if I lose my trained pet and protector, I can retrain another one? If so, I choose a mosquito. Some MF's about to wake up with a forehead covered in mosquito bites, and just when they thought they got rid of that little bastard, we strike again. Tiger, because they are cool and beautiful animals. Can you imagine riding a tiger to work or school? Instant respect. He-Man. Since you did not specify from what time I'll go for a T-Rex, it could stand outside my window in the yard and I could probs high-five it. We would have a good time, Rexy and me. Have you seen how short a T-Rex's arms are? Good luck jumping out your second-story window. But look at my little arms. I can't press the fire button and jump at the same time. Komodo dragon. If someone broke into your house, I'm sure the pure sight of that lizard would make those burglars come out of there pretty quickly. Jeff Bezos. Jeff, go get money. Good boy, now drop it. Drop it. Good boy. Drop it. Jeff, drop it. Jeff, damn it, drop it. Jeff growling intensifies. Bad Jeff. Sprays with a water bottle. A horse-sized duck. What about a giraffe-sized goose? We talking giraffe-sized with equal length necks or giraffe-sized in total height, or the even more terrifying giraffe total height through long goose neck with normal goose-sized body? A normal-sized goose with a 12-feet neck is equally terrifying and hilarious. I'm one elephant. They are so majestic. Nothing really messes with them. I'm surprised elephant isn't a more popular choice here. A singular ant. Which ant though? Antony obviously. Antony Wei. I'm going with golden eagle. They're a huge bird of prey and would be awesome to have as protection. Their feet and talons are probably bigger around than my fist. Cool. An American lawyer. Damn, that's vicious. Animals have souls, so lawyers are off limits. A humpback whale. I think I could learn a thing or two and swim the oceans with it. Why a humpback? I'd go with an orca or sperm whale personally. I don't care for their power. I only want to experience the world as they do, by learning from them. Freely floating in the water for 100 years. I want to be in the middle of the ocean with not a living thing in sight, look around in the water, swim around and forget about time and space. Only concentrating on the perfect planet revolving around the sun. For one glorious moment. An hippo. Nothing's more scary than an angry hippopotamus. I watched a video where a hippo attacked a lion and hippo had the lion's whole head in his mouth. I couldn't believe it. A fucking bear. Wait, they sleep for 3 months, fuck. I'm a silverback. Typing while you think. I like it. Hope you enjoyed. Feel free to request any topic and please consider subscribing. Thank you, Smile.